Hi, this is Melissa with A Creative Journey with Melissa, and I'm really glad that you've joined us today. I'm creating this Father's Day card with some interesting materials, and I'm really excited to show it to you. But first I want to show you here the card that we've made. And if you notice, there's a little bit of a clear embellishment right here, okay? You can see it. There you go, okay? And I'm going to show you how to do that. And this is actually colored with alcohol markers. Chameleon markers. Okay? So this here is the card we're going to make, and let's get started. So I'm going to pull out the tool so you know exactly what you need to use. I'm using the excuse me, Chameleon markers, the crimson red marker in this set. Excuse me. We need some adhesive. We'll need scissors. We'll need a punch. This is a tag punch. Okay. We need some string. We need your memento ink to stamp your sentiment. We'll need the Father's Day sentiment here. Here's your block, the background paper, the card back, the piece of paper you'll actually stamp your sentiment on. You'll need the clear recycled piece of paper that we've used from packaging. We're going to need some foam dots here. And of course, we're going to need our platform as well as our die. Okay? So these are the items that we've got going here. You'll also need your die cut machine. So what we're going to do is we're going to get started. Okay? So first what we need is we need the clear material. We'll put everything else on the side for now. The first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you color the material so it has time to dry. It doesn't take very long, but it's always better to be safe than sorry. So that's what we're going to do first. Okay. So we have the dye that we're going to use. We have the clear material. And I want to show you here, this is the material that this is. Okay. This here is actually a packaging of one of the dyes that I had, okay? So what I did was I took this and I used my scissors and I cut all along here, and this here is the area that we're using, okay? So that's how we're using the recycled packaging. So we need to use our die cut machine. We're going to place our material here. We're going to place it right over the area where I want it cut. I do not need these items cut, so I'm not going to put the material there, otherwise it'll cut there too, so I'm just using it right where I need it. I'm going to place the die there, and then of course the proper platform there. I'm going to scoot this over so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so we'll put that on there. And then we're going to roll it through. And that noise, like the little creaking, it sounds like it's breaking something, is very normal. It's the platform, and that's what we are used to hearing. So we'll take the platform off, and what you're left with is your clear recycled piece of acrylic. Okay? Now, it's important when you're using these dies here, there's a reason why there's this piece right here, okay? It's so that it doesn't get stuck in there. So when you get a die and this has this little magnetic piece, don't throw it out. It's it can be utilized, and it's very useful is what I was trying to spit out. At any rate, so this is a little magnet here, and then you just put that like that. So that's how you would run your die through. Okay, now we'll put all this stuff aside. Right now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take my red crimson marker. Now this is the marker that is part of this pack here. It's the 5-pen, it's the primary tone set, okay, and it's Chameleon pens. These are alcohol markers. If you're familiar with alcohol markers, these are very similar to the other brands that are out there like Copic or Spectrum Noir or whatever. I love these because you don't need to have a bazillion different, is that a word? A bazillion different colors. You just need one and it really works great. Now I have another video that shows you how it's used. I'm just going to show you here really quickly how wonderful these are just for the standard color. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to take off this here side and you'll see the brush tip, and I'm just going to use a little bit of color to add a little pop to our decoration here. So all I'm doing is just throwing a little color on there. Nothing fancy, as you can see. Now you could do it all the way if you wanted to. Matter of fact, I think I'm going to show you how to do that. We'll just do it really quick. I like doing something different. I don't like doing it the standard, you know, straight up and down or whatever. Do a little bit of a different look to it. So that's why I'm doing it at an angle. And I'm purposely not going to the edges exactly because I want to kind of have that look that it's almost like a paint spatter, if you will. Okay. So this we're going to leave on the side and let that dry. In the meantime, we're going to take out our card base and our paper. There's the paper. We're going to put adhesive on it. And then we're going to put it on the card itself. Okay. So that's ready. We'll set that aside. And we're going to take, excuse me, we're going to take ink. We're going to take the stamp set with the sentiment, which this is Spring and Summer Holiday Celebrations, the stamp set. Okay. I need to get my Mother's Day back in this set. How embarrassing. Well, you know I use them, that's for sure, you can tell. At any rate, so we have the Father's Day stamp, and as you can see, I should have done that slower. These are photopolymer stamps. They actually stick to the sheet. Okay, so you just peel them off, and then you peel them, put them right on here on your acrylic block, and then, as you can see, they don't come off. And so we just ink this like so. And stamp it right here. That was not a very good job. Let me try it again. I'll do it one more time. I did not press evenly. I do that sometimes. It's annoying. Okay, that's much better. So we're going to take this ink and the block. We can put those over there. I will clean those later. And we're going to take the punch. And when I do my punches, I do them upside down because it's easier to see exactly what I'm doing. So I'm going to do it off to the side. Okay, all right. And there is this punched out sentiment. And we have the string, we have the pop dots, or pop squares. They're all poppy. At any rate, so this is ready. This is dry, as you can see. Nothing's coming on my fingers. All done. So that's the cool thing about alcohol markers. They're great for non-porous areas like glass or metal and things like that. So you can color a whole bunch of different things. There's a million different ways to utilize alcohol markers or alcohol ink. Okay. So what we're going to do is first we're going to take the string and we're going to wrap it around. One, two, 3 times. And we're going to take our scissors and we're going to cut it. Okay? So once that's wrapped around 3 times, I'm going to tie a little knot right here. I am not doing this knot very well. It's not working. Ha ha ha. Anyway. All right, here we go. So I tied the knot, and we're going to cut off, we're going to leave a little bit of a tail there, but we're going to trim off most of the excess string, okay? So we don't need that anymore. All right. Now, there's different things you can do with the string. I like to have a little bit of it see-through because I think it's kind of neat how it looks in the back as well as the front. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to put the Happy Father's Day sentiment on top of here. Now, as you know, this is clear, so we don't want to put any adhesive in any areas that's showing, otherwise you'll see the dot or the square, and that tends to be a problem because it doesn't really look good in the design, unless you want to make it part of your design and it's part of your embellishment. But in this case it's not, so we're not going to do that. So we're going to turn this over, put the glue squares on here. I'm going to use 4, and these are the little ones. You just pull this off, pull off. These are little pieces of paper in the back so that your glue is protected. They do have static cling. It's kind of funny trying to get them not to stick to my finger. So now what I'm going to do here is I am going to place it right here. Okay? And then the string will pop right over. Make sure I like the way that looks. And I do. I think I'm going to cross this a little bit. There we go. I think I like that a little better. So fix the strings. Put the knot where I like it, which I like it there. And there we have it. Okay? So now, when you're going to adhere this embellishment to the card base, you want to make sure that you put the adhesive on the back here, again, so that it doesn't show through. Otherwise, what you'll see is, you'll see something like this, and that's not really attractive in this design. So, we'll turn this over. Put 1, 2, 3. And I'll take off the pieces of paper again. And then you're going to place your embellishment right there. Okay? So now this is the difference between the two. I colored the first one just behind the sentiment, like this one here. And this one I colored almost the whole embellishment with the clear backing recycled part, and I really like them both. I'm not sure which one I like better. So either way, you can do those. But I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Just remember, you can use alcohol inks for a number of things. Metal, glass, plastic, acrylic, whatever you really feel compelled to. You could die cut a flower and color it. There's a number of different fantastic ways to utilize these. So I hope you have a fantastic day. Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Check out our website. Check out our Facebook page. We have a lot of great things going on. And thank you so much for joining us. Have a wonderful day. Bye.